will go into time of contemplation and meditation. And I ask you to take in a deep breath and just settle yourselves into your seats. Settle yourselves into this space and time of for you. And our time of contemplation this morning is around love. And I'll be reading from our sacred covenant. True love has the power to heal and transform any situation and bring deep meaning to our lives. Love is patient. Love is kind. It always honors, always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. And for this time together, I'd like for us to focus on love never fails. Love never fails. Regardless of what it looks like or feels like, love never fails. So be with that if you will. Love never fails. heal all situations. Love warms the heart. Love is who we are. Love is what we are. We are love. I ask you to take a deep breath in with me and letting it out. When you let it out with the knowingness of love, the presence of love, that you are love. And together, let's take that breath in and let it go. Once again, let's take it in and let it go. Knowing that love is who we are, and so it is. So before we get started, I'd like to allow those who are entering from the outside to enter the space. We can go ahead and turn the lights back on in the room, and we welcome you. And I invite the New Day singers to join us on stage. We're going to have a little music welcoming them.
be upon you and your family and your children and their children and their children and their children and their children. May his family be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family and your children and their children and their children.
May God's presence go before you and behind you and beside you, all around you and within you. God is with you. God is with you in the morning, in the evening, in your coming, in your going, in your weeping and rejoicing. God is for you. 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 Yeah. Amen. Amen. The Lord bless you and keep you.
The Lord bless you and keep you. Goes before you, beside you, behind you. God is. So right now, I am asking us to come together in prayer. Come together with whatever's on your heart, in your home, in the city, in the nation, in the world. Whatever is troubling you, let's call it forth now. This is a place of healing. This is a time of healing. So I'm going to ask you to stand with me. Stand in prayer. Stand in knowing the truth of who God is in our lives. Going before us. Coming with us. God is always here. Always with us. So right now I am knowing this truth. That God is all there is. Whole, perfect in life of love that we live. I'm knowing right here God is present. I know, and I know that I'm one with this perfect life of God. And so are you. So right now I'm affirming and knowing whatever it is, illness, money, prosperity, family, whatever, turn it over to God. Let God go before you, leading you, guiding you. Knowing that we can heal the nation with love, heal the world with love, and we call our love forth right here, right now. Blessing everything around us, within us, and through us. Knowing that's God. Just knowing that's God. And what amazing feeling it to know that we're not alone. Yes. We're lifted up in love all the time. Whether we see it or not, it's here. It's just ours to accept. So right now, I'm accepting this service is whole, perfect, and complete as it is. I'm accepting the truth for whatever is going on in your life, that God's there, always, always for you. Yes. So with great gratitude, I'm releasing my word, thanksgiving, and knowing that it's done. It's complete in the mind of God, and I allow it to be, and so it is. Amen, 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 amen. How many of you woke up this morning knowing that God is so good? Do you really know that? Can you feel it? Can you give God some love?
Yeah.
God is so good to me, so good to you. And that's what we're here to celebrate, the goodness of God. And you can't sleep, you can't sit on your hands for that. You know, God is so good. God is so good. God is so good to me. This is the day.
This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, this is the day. Oh, yeah. This is the day that the Lord has made. I think we need to say that again. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And be glad in it. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, this is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. I woke up this morning singing this song.
God is so good. Oh, I got up this morning singing.
God is so good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I woke up this morning singing.
God is so good.
My God is.
My God is so good to me.
Feeling good down in my soul. Yeah. God is so good.
I am feeling good down in my soul. Yeah.
God is so good.
Oh, feeling good down in my soul. Yeah.
God is so good. God is.
My God is so
good to me. What do people say?
In my times of trials, I said,
God is so good.
in my times of trials, I said,
God is so good.
in my times of trials, I said,
God is so good. My God is so good to me.
every day, every way,
Every day, every way, every way. My God.
God is so good.
Yeah, every day,
Every day,
every way,
every way.
My God.
God is so good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every way, every way.
God is so good.
My God is.
My God is so good to me.
Well, he's facing the church this morning with us.
God is so good.
Yeah, I heard the people say that East Bay's in the church this morning.
God is so good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. East Bay's in this church this morning.
God is so good.
My God is.
My God is so.
My God is.
My God is so.
My God is.
My God
is so good to me. Oh yeah, yeah,
Thank you, New Day singers. God is so good. God is so very good. Good morning, East Bay. Y'all can do better than that. Good morning, East Bay. Yes, 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 yes. I feel like I'm yelling at you, so I'll back up off the mic. I am so excited to be here. My name is Arlene King. I'm a practitioner here at East Bay, and I am just honored to be in your presence. It was so exciting to see Sharon walking down the aisle with her hands in the air, just praising. We don't do that enough, in my opinion. We don't do that enough. God is always supplying for us every single second of the day. So we need to acknowledge that every opportunity that we have. So right now, we're going to take it down a little bit. We're going to do the Sacred Covenant. We'll run the announcements later in the service. We have an education video that I'd like to show, and then we'll come back and keep it moving.
There is only one life. This life is good. This life is God. This life is my life now. In knowing that I am one with this life that is God, I therefore know that I am one with all of his blessed expressions, which includes the presence of a new minister for my beloved spiritual community.
Because I know that the highest purpose of my new minister is to glorify God, I therefore know that my new minister is a revelation of God as love.
I further know that my new minister is the fulfillment of that which has been promised by God, for it is written, "True love has the power to heal and transform any situation and bring deep meaning to our lives. Love is patient, love is kind, it always honors, always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails." Thich Nhat Hanh, 1 Corinthians 13.
As I stand in agreement with my beloved community, I see my new minister revealed before me as a beacon of light, growing with us with love and wisdom.
Knowing that I and my beloved community must become that which we intend to bring forth and experience in our new minister, I know now these truths about myself. I am inspiring, uplifting, and activating our community to live in harmony with all life.
I am igniting individual and collective energetic movement towards spiritual truth and freedom. I am modeling and supporting profound levels of connection, healing, revealing, and growth in self and community. I am cultivating an environment in which social justice and care for the needs of our greater community is part of our culture. I am engaging in mystical teaching and practices that support deep personal and collective transformation and connection to oneness.
As I now accept the highest expression of a new minister into my life, I know that they will be revealed in a way that will glorify God and serve the highest and greatest good of all who are touched by their presence. I am grateful. God is gracious. Amen.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tina Bathsheba Harambe. I am a licensed practitioner at East Bay Church of Religious Science. I am pleased this year to be teaching this thing called You. Please join me as we discover so much about who and what God is as a living energy within us and throughout this universe. Once again, this thing called You. Join me on Tuesday nights from 6:30 to 8:30. Let's explore and see how deep this oneness goes. Thank you once again.
So we have a few announcements coming later today, but I wanted to make sure that we gave Brother Lucian his time. All the time you need, you can have. Just a couple things I want to remind folks about. Today we will not have a community conversations meeting, but next Monday night, October 4th, we will have a community meeting to talk about our future at East Bay around leadership. If you remember, you're encouraged. In fact, I'm requesting that you come because we're voting on a change in the bylaws that impact all of us. So that's next Monday, October 4th at 7 o'clock p.m. If you are a member, you should have got a text or an email from the church this week, and more information will come as the week goes along. Also, as Bathsheba mentioned, classes are starting, and you'll hear more about that as we go forward. We're about 2 weeks out. Registration's open. You have a discount of 20% off the cost of the class through October 3rd. So if you're interested in taking classes, check our website out for more details. And with that, we're so grateful to have Lucian Baker III, RSCP ministerial student, with us today. We are in for a treat. Still I Rise is his talk topic, and that can mean a whole lot, but I'm sure Lucian's going to deliver something that we need today. For those who don't know, Lucian grew up here at East Bay. Reverend E is his grandmother, if you didn't know that. Reverend Mawata is his uncle. And he has a strong legacy ahead of him of East Bay and spirituality and religion. So we'll hear more from Lucian today. I'm just grateful that he said yes, and we have him with us here today. And come on up, Lucian. We want to give you some love before you speak. Yeah, right in the middle there. And his tag name is Brother Lucian, so we're going to say, Brother Lucian, we see you. We know who you are. We bless you. We know that a powerful word will come through you. And we accept that. And so it is. Thank you. Our musical inspiration this morning is none other than New Day. They'll be coming to the stage with 2 selections. Come on up. You guys can get in the camera. We have today with us Phil on bass, Trevin Lee on drums, Lisa Bayless on vocals, Andrea Brimbry on vocals, and Regina Woods on vocals, and Vanessa Wynn, musical director and soloist. Thank you.
Get together with one another. We gotta iron out our problems, iron out our quarrels, try to live as brothers. Try to find a peace within without stepping on one another. And do respect the women of the world. Remember, we all have mothers. Gotta make this land a better land in the world in which we live. We gotta help each man be a better man. Darn well, we can work it out. Oh yes we can, I know we can, yes we can, why can't we if we want it, yes we can. I know we can make it work, I know we can make it if we try. Oh yes we can, I know we can, yes we can. Great God Almighty, yes we can, we can. Ooh, la 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 la. All right. I think I need to say that one more time. For all good men to get together with one another. We gotta iron out our problems, iron out our quarrels, try to live as brothers. Try to find a peace within without stepping on one another. And do respect the women of the world. Remember, we all have mothers. We gotta make this land a better land in the world in which we live. We gotta help each man be a better man with the kindness that we give. I know we can make it. Know that we can. I know darn well we can work it out. Oh yes we can. I know we can. Yes we can. And why can't we if we want it? Yes we can. I know we can make it work. I know we can make it if we try. Oh yes we can. I know we can. Yes we can. Good gosh almighty. If we want it, yes we can. Try to find a peace within without stepping on one another. Try to find a peace within without stepping on one another. Try to find a peace within without stepping on one another. Try. Oh yes blessings. Thank you. Stop until the work is done. Well, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the stars roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Early in the morning, before the sun begins to rise, gonna keep moving, beyond that separating line, yeah. I'm wading through muddy waters. You know I got a made up mind, and I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I fight with the strength that I got until I die. That's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bend.
to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Come on, East Bay, I go.
I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go.
And I'm supposed to preach now after that, huh? Y'all could at least warn me ahead of time what I was going to see before I came up here. One more time for New Day, please. That was amazing. I always love coming through these doors. Especially when I'm going through some things. See, I thought I was nervous today. Thought I was afraid, thought I wasn't prepared, and then I came through these doors and felt that unconditional love. How can you be mad when you get a hug from Richard Scott, right? And that singing we just heard, oh my goodness, I forgot what I was mad about. I forgot what I was holding on to this morning. And I was holding tight too. Still I rise. At age 23, I got my practitioner license in this very room. And I remember how quickly I was being asked, so are you going to go to ministerial school next? And in my heart, yes, I always knew I'd eventually get there, but I was not ready right then, trust me. When I think of my grandmother, when I think of my uncle, when I think of the beautiful poet who we got this title from, Maya Angelou, I think of people who have gone through things. And at 23, I did not think I had been through enough. Now, I was watching my mouth when I was speaking at another center, but I know I can say what I need to say here. I cannot have a squeaky clean minister. I can't. I need somebody who has gone through some things. And so I put off ministerial school for a very, very long time and allowed myself to go through some things. What they don't tell you, and I'm saying this because I can already feel there are people who want to take classes and finally reach that level of being a practitioner. So let me tell you ahead of time so you know, because they don't tell you this. The moment you get your stole, life is going to put you through some things. We don't even have time to go through all the detail, but let me just tell you, I have gone through some things. Hip-hop has lost a lot of people recently. We have DMX, we have Shock G, we have Baba Zumbi, we have Gift of Gab from Black Alicious. We have a lot of people who have passed on this year. But when I think of Still I Rise, I think of this one song by Ghostface from Wu-Tang Clan. We still have Ghostface around. And he talks about growing up in the projects of Staten Island. He talks about the violence. He talks about, the poverty he was looking at. He talks about having 2 brothers with muscular dystrophy. Matter of fact, in a recent interview, he talked about how he didn't even realize he was depressed because everybody around him was depressed. He just thought that's how he felt. He didn't even know that, maybe if I take my brothers outside and just push them around in their wheelchairs, we'll feel better. No, they just stayed in front of that TV, trying not to think about the fact that their stomach was hurting. And he sums up this beautiful song with, sometimes I used to look up at the stars and analyze the sky and ask myself, was I meant to be here? Why? Now this is Ghostface. This is Mr. Dress Fly, Mr. Tommy Hill, Mr. Wallabies on his feet, Mr. Smack anybody in the mouth if they say something slick. This is Ghostface Killer. And yet this song brought tears to the biggest, scariest dude you'd ever see. I've seen killers break down crying to this song. Still I rise. What are we talking about when we say that? Well, we all want to rise. We all want to fly. Don't front. Yes, you do. We all want to rise above what we are seeing in our life. We do. But let's be honest. In order to rise, you have to have been under something at some point. You have to go through things to rise. See, that's the part we don't like. So when I look at my bank account, and I don't necessarily like what I see. When I get something in the mail that says I may need to be at court yet again for something I don't want to have to deal with. When I deal with that boss who shows favoritism to everybody except me, I get to remember that I have been chosen to rise above something. I just love the I'm hearing in here. We don't get that everywhere in New Thought, let's be honest. See, I need that. That's the church I'm from. I need energy. Do not be afraid to do that. I need that. If you are going through something in your life, do not curse that away. You have been chosen. You have been chosen. And let me tell you something else I did not learn until I became a parent. Your life is not just your life. You are sharing that with us. See, we need you to be great. We need you to rise above that because we are watching you. And you are going places some of us may be too afraid to go to. We need you to do that. You are obligated to be great. Yes, you are. In order to rise, you must go through things. That's the beautiful thing about it. You've been chosen. Now, I love how in schools now we have this whole anti-bullying thing. I love that. I wish it was around when my scrawny behind was in school. Teachers told me, you better figure that out, homie. That's what I got told. That's literally what teachers told me. Even principals, like, look, you really talkative in class, why don't you tell him some jokes? But let's just be honest. The bully is just someone who is expressing their own pain. That's all they're doing. We only love how we know how to love. So if love in the household is you getting talked down to and hurt and bullied in your own household, how else do you think you're going to express love? Let me tell you what happens to the bully when the bully finally meets his or her match. They just made a new friend. That's what always happens. If you could whoop me, you got to be my friend. That's what the bully is saying. Whatever you are going through right now, first of all, you're already above it. And secondly, you have been chosen. Everyone in here has wanted to be great at something. Let's just, but before you tried it and got your feelings hurt and scared yourself, let's not lie. You wanted to be great at something. Right? I mean, come on. What we say when I want to be great, what we are saying when we say that is, I am saying I will go through something. Pick me. That's what we're saying. That's literally what we're saying. That's all we're really saying is pick me. I'll go through something. One of the most scariest times in the huddle is when it's your first year playing football and you know the ball is coming to you next. Oh, you laughing. That is traumatic. That is not funny. Yo, first year playing football and you want me to get the ball? And my coach had a rule. If you get the ball and the defense smashes you, you get the ball the next play to mess with their mind. So you get to do that twice. Something that's beautiful about all these violent sports we getting rid of, because, you know, we have to see the God in everything. You know, that's something my grandmother taught me, was if we see something that bothers us, offends us, frightens us, that's our opportunity to look deeper and see the God in it. To be truly divine is to hear and see the divine in everything we come across. So that means I am the person to make that adjustment, right? We all saw Matrix. We saw what Spoon Boy was talking about. Go back and watch the movie then. So what I love about the beginning of these sports, football, boxing, MMA, is the stare down in the beginning. That's the best part, where both teams, both players get to look deep into each other's eyes and show each other the pain they've overcome. You see these eyes right here? You see what I'm seeing? That's what they're doing. That's why nobody likes staring down Mike Tyson. Oh, I ain't got nothing for those eyes right there. I just came for the check, bro. Hurry up and knock me out. Pain is experience. That's all it is. It's your resume. That's your resume. That's how come no gang ever wanted me to be down with them. My resume wasn't big enough. Only thing I had done bad was maybe turn in some blockbuster movies way, way later than they should have been on. I didn't have enough of a rap sheet. But our pain is our resume in this thing called life. That means I have experience in overcoming things. This unconditional love that Arlene spoke of as soon as I got through the door is what broke me down. See, not only did I get my practitioner license in this very room, we also got to have a memorial for my stepfather. Matter of fact, that's the last time I was in here. This is the man who helped raise me. This is the man who taught me a lot about these Oakland streets that no other man could have taught me. See, it's a reason I could walk through any hood in this very city and not even let my hand shake. He gave me that. But another thing I realized is he had to go through things in order to pass that to me. What are you going through right now? What's bothering you? What's eating at you? Think about it. And you get to be thankful for it right now. In the deepest, darkest tunnel is where your blessing is. Now, who's willing to go up in there? Who's willing to go in there where the scariest sounds you've ever heard are screaming at you and you can't see anything in front of you? Who is willing to go in there and get what they deserve? There we go. You already know what's going to happen anyway. Look at you now. Look at how beautiful you are now. You didn't get here without going through things. Amen. Let's celebrate these very things that are frightening us. Let's celebrate what's going on in the world. Reverend E herself said, whenever you're looking through the news, and we know there's no good news ever because good news doesn't sell, those are just opportunities for us to affirm the truth right there in front of us. I don't care about the price of gas. You're just going to make me get in shape because I'm going to get a bike. I don't care how many different viruses you try to tell me I need to be afraid of when I leave the house either. I'm going to just do studies on what I need to do to stay immune. Listen, all they're doing is forcing us to be great. That's all they're doing. Come on, 90s hip-hop kids. You remember that? I'm unfadable. Remember that? You can't be faded. You can't be faded. We're just strands of Don King's hair up in this place right now. You cannot be faded. These things we go through are only for the greater good of our well-being. That's all there ever be. We'll concert our friend, Ernest, right quick. What up, Holmes? I'm so glad y'all got that. I didn't think that was going to go over well. Sarah was like, that is corny. I'm like, no, they're going to feel it. Watch, they're going to feel it. It was about 4, y'all. I appreciate that. Limitation is a condensation of the idea of want. Mind accepts this idea as though it were true and then makes it true in our experience. It is not always to see this, nor is it easy to rise above it. But it can be done, and we should begin at once to control our thought patterns in such a way that they will produce plenty instead of lack. Now, when we think of all these inventions that have made money, right? All these crazy inventions just made so much money. What really it was somebody saying, I see a problem and I want to fix it. Amen. That's it. Amen. What is the issue in your life right now? The solution to it is your fortune right there. That's why you have the problem. That's right. I got tired of brushing my hair, putting all that pomade in it. Not only did my pillow be all messed up in the morning, but my hair wasn't what it looked like when I laid down. Ah, wait a minute. There's this thing called a do-rag. Okay. Find a do-rag for your life. Tie that thing down and you ain't got to worry about it no more. Then you can sleep comfortably. The very thing that is bothering us in our lives, that is where our fortune is. Now, my son, it's always funny when you think your child is just a duplication of you and, they're going to be doing exactly what you do. I got my son the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox, all the things I wanted. And this smart boy of mine only wants to play with devices, the iPads and computers. He don't even mess with video games like I thought he would. And I'm trying to get him to understand this extra homework he keeps getting and he feels bad. I'm trying to tell him how that is for the greater good of him. He's not feeling me. So finally I had to speak in his language. All right, boy. When you go to a new level, do you want that level to be challenging or do you want it to be easy? Well, if it's too easy, it's going to be boring. Exactly. So maybe this extra homework you are getting is really so you'll have skills in this new level you're in. And of course, he rolled his eyes and was like, whatever, Negro, I ain't hearing you. But I know he heard me because I would do that same thing with my dad. Maybe if I pretend I'm not hearing you, you'll stop talking so much. Reverend Muwata said that the song says, what you see is what you get. But the truth is, what you get is what you see. Oh no, that's a different thing. That's totally different. What if we open our eyes just a little bit bigger and see everything? What if we realize right in this moment you are already wealthy beyond your imagine? What if we did that? We know why fear is the biggest commodity in this nation. We know why. Because if I can make you afraid, I can sell you the answer. This is new thought. We know that the Bible is a metaphor. Those are metaphors. The golden cow represents anything outside yourself you are worshiping. That goes for your education. That goes for your title. That goes for your Benz, although yes, I would still like to drive it. That goes for all those things, but remember that you are the prize. You are. You are the light. All these things have value because we give them value. More on this unconditional love that East Bay loves to just shell out so easily. This is my favorite Maya Angelou story, which kind of is my favorite Tupac story as well, because we know they were both in the same movie together, Poetic Justice. Amen. Amen. And this is that Tupac, the thug Tupac. The Black Panther Tupac was starting to make his way out because, of course, we know that wasn't really going to put food on the table. So we got the new Tupac coming in. And he's coming into himself, and he's very angry at this moment. And he's flashing. No one wants to tell this young man to be quiet because we've heard the stories. Like, that's Tupac. You tell him to be quiet. I ain't telling him to be quiet. And big bad Maya Angelou walks up to him and says, when is the last time someone told you how important you are? And it broke him down. Broke him down. He began boo-hooing like a baby. See, that is the power of love. Hate can be powerful, but only get you so far. Love is in it for the whole fight. That's what I've learned about a knockout artist. See, a knockout artist is two things that's bad about being a knockout artist. If you swing and you miss, or if you give him one and he takes it on the chin and looks at you like, is that all you got? Well, see, now the fight got to go the distance. And love is there for the distance of the fight. You can't knock like love out. Let's love those very issues in our life. I mean, really love them, no. Not just say it because it's the right thing to say. That's something I'm learning. To actually love these very things we're afraid of. Since being in classes regularly, I'm realizing that I don't even realize that's a cop when I get pulled over and make a wrong turn. I ain't realizing, what? I used to be afraid of cops. I used to can't stand them. Now I don't even know that's a cop. I just see somebody in a weird uniform talking to me. I got at least 4 times this year where I should have gotten a ticket and I did not. Love conquers everything. Do not underestimate that. You can't do anything about love. Love is the undisputed champion. When we allow hate to be expressed through us, we are losing the fight. We can't do anything with that. Just recently, I got called into my job, and I came in there with my attitude. Already like, I don't even want this job anyway, and please, and God is the only power in my life, so hey. I sit down with the attitude and, and as I'm talking, as it's my turn to talk, I realize, wait a minute, homie. Yes, you may be tired of this job. That may be the truth, but do not forget, at one point, you needed this job. And you were happy as heck when you got it. Now that you see there's other things to offer in life, you want to treat this job well? Come on now. Is that how we get down? And so as I began to talk, as I began to hear this, I started speaking words of love and appreciation for this very job. And it ended up being a very healing experience for me, the boss, and all my coworkers. It actually brought us together. Then I started laughing to myself because I was big and bad. And love came in there and knocked me on my behind. And I heard this voice saying, and still, the undisputed champion of the world. We can't fade love. Love your issues. Love that boss of yours who gets on your nerves. Love that coworker who got their business in everybody but their own. Love that person. You put them there anyway. We see these things because we need those obstacles to make ourselves better. That's exactly why it's there. How do we get strong without lifting heavier weight? They talked about the bodybuilder Ronnie Coleman. They said, yeah, those dusty weights in the corner that are too heavy to lift that nobody else lifts, yeah, he would lift those. That's what you're doing. These very things in our lives that we do not like looking at, those are those dusty weights no one else has the courage to try to lift. And only you can lift them. And your life is not just your life. We are watching you. Get that thing up. Quit playing around. Put everything. Let the vein bulge out your head. Lift those muscles. All my bodybuilding partners know there's a certain term I can't say in church when the weight starts falling on your chest, but come see me at Planet Fitness. I'll let you know what it is. We want to see somebody overcome something tough. We want to see that. What's a story without any struggle in it anyway? Who wants to read that boring story? Once there was a boy who wanted a bike, and he got it. Then he wanted to ride around the corner, and he did it. And then he saw a lollipop, and then there was a leprechaun. I don't want to read this story. But there's a story about once there was a boy, but he couldn't afford the bike, and his dad told him he was stupid and he couldn't read. And that's the story I want to read. What happens in that story? Take your pain and do something dope with it. Remix your pain. Show the world your pain. Show them. We all want to see it. My favorite Tupac song, by the way, Above the Rim soundtrack, Pain. Check it out. Take your pain and do something awesome with it. That's what it's there for. There is no bigger gold mine than your own pain. This is why we have Maya Angelou. You think we just got those poems because she just wanted to write something fascinating and entertain herself? This is what kept her sane. From the pain she experienced as a child to how she had to feed herself later on, this is what she did. She allowed God to speak through her. And Still I Rise is like the I Have a Dream of all her poems, by the way. We know that. Because nothing can ever break me down more than that phenomenal woman. That's the one that gets me every time. When I think of phenomenal women, I think of East Bay Church of Religious Science. I think of my grandmother. I think of all her daughters. I think of my daughter. I think of my wife. When I think of phenomenal women, that's what I think of. It's that warrior spirit. It's that resilience. It's that, no, you're not punking me today. See, we celebrating that here. We celebrate that in here, but let's just be honest, not every church was practicing that before. That caused me problems later on down the line when it was time to start dating and stuff, because that's what I expected of who I was seeing. And that was suppressed in so many women before. Don't have an opinion. Don't be you. Don't shine. Don't think out the box. And so when a brother who was raised around that is out into the world, yes. This is why we need that. This is why we need people standing out. Don't be in that box. You know how uncomfortable that box is. I'm not talking about code switching. Sometimes we have to do that. I'm talking about don't stay in the box, though. The very people we celebrate, Elon Musk and whoever else, the very people we look at and be like, that person's amazing. These are people who said, I'm not trying to get in that box right there. Laugh at me if you want. Yes, I am dropping out of Harvard. I've learned all I need to learn right now. I'm going to go start Facebook instead. Let's stop pretending you're normal, too. If you are hearing this message today, it's because you're not normal. I'm sorry. I wanted to be normal, too. I tried my best. I'm not. I tried. Y'all know how weird I am. Please, it's not going to work. You strange, bro. I keep trying to be cool. I just end up confusing people. Like, what? I'm strange. I can't help it. I just get to laugh at myself for being strange. It's like one of the only places I get to be strange at, too, and not feel weird about it. You know, I try my best to, like, say something cool or say something funny, and we just both end up confusing each other. Like, all right, I tried, you know? Stop trying to be normal. You're not. You are amazing. You are more amazing than you can even imagine. Look at some of the things you have survived. Are you serious? I see stripes when I'm looking in this crowd right now. I'm seeing badges. You know, that's what we do on the football team. When we look at our helmets, like, oh, I got this one in this game, and I got this one over here. And that's what we do. If you don't got no marks on your helmet, I don't want you on my team, homie. You're not trying hard enough. You better scrape them knees. You better roll around in this dirt or something. You know what's going on in this field? We need warriors out here, player. Don't be trying to get your jersey all clean. Even the punt kicker gets dirty on this team. Take your pain and do something dope with it. My cousin Gabe, this is when he was really in that street life, right? Really knowing, like, look, bro, this is what I am. And I was telling him, look, we already lost one cousin to these streets. I don't want to lose another one. And he looked me dead in the straight and said, the only thing it could ever do to me is send me back to God anyway. I ain't got nothing for that. If that's the conscience that you're working with, I ain't got nothing for that. Still I rise. I am so happy I went to go see my stepfather in the hospital before he made his transition. And I was laughing on the way to see him because I remember him saying how he did not do hospitals. And when it's time for people to make their transition, he wants to remember them how they were. He is not going, don't even ask him to visit you in the hospital. That's what he said. And yet I, his only son, was going to see him in the hospital. And I wasn't prepared for what I was about to see. And I got to look at it. Looking at him wear that gown that would be the very last thing he'd ever wear. Looking at him with, just all the things he would put on before somebody was coming. I got to see that, y'all. And got to see God right there in front of me. And here's the beautiful thing about that. We know that life is infinite. So though he is not physically here anymore and I miss him daily, I get to remember, still I rise. See, you may be dealing with many things right now, but still you rise. You may be dealing with the hardest time of your life ever, but still you rise. That relationship that should have been over with a long time ago, still you rise. That job you should have left years ago, still you rise. That degree you should have been got, still you rise. Those kids of yours who is not listening, still you rise. Do you understand me? You are awesome. Quit pretending like you are not. Everybody's changing their name from church to center. I love that we have not yet. But because of how you have fed me so well when I came through these doors, and you may decide later on to change your name to Center, I'm telling you now this should be the Soul Food Center for Spiritual Living. Just try it out. We laughing now, but just try it. So right now in this moment, we are remembering the truth. Remembering that there is no you and God, there is only God, regardless of appearances, regardless of experiences, regardless of opinions, there is only God. This thing called life may not feel good at all times. It's not supposed to. In order to grow, we must be willing to be uncomfortable, and growth is inevitable. So we get to surrender to our greatness, surrender to this voice that is telling us continue being great. We get to surrender to it. I am blessing everyone in this congregation. Everyone here at this beautiful, amazing East Bay Church of Religious Science. I'm blessing everyone in this room and inside these walls, outside of these walls, for I know God is just that abundant. I am giving thanks. We welcome the pain. We welcome it because we know at the end of it, it is only our greatness that we will see. And so I am speaking for anyone right now dealing with pain in their life. You are already above it. And it cannot fade you. You are already above it. I don't care what it is. For we are soldiers of God. And that's what we lean on. So for this and so much more, I am giving thanks. Thank you for the pain. Thank you for the tears. Thank you for the smiles. Thank you for the victories. Thank you in advance, God, because I do not ever doubt you. So I release this, knowing the answer is always yes. I release this, knowing that it's already done. I let it go. Here it is, God. Take it. Take it. I release and I let go. And so it is.
I pray for increase.
Bless me indeed.
I pray for increase.
Bless me indeed.
I pray for increase.
Amen. It's all right. So now it's time for our gracious giving. Knowing that the increase is always available. Knowing that abundance and prosperity is who we are. So we continue to bless this church, our East Bay community, through our tithes and offering at this moment. So affirm with me our giving statement. Today I give joyfully.
Today I give joyfully.
Today I give joyfully.
Today I give joyfully.
I give prayerfully.
I give prayerfully.
I give with thanksgiving.
I give with thanksgiving.
We're going to do this one more time, and this time we're going to praise it up to the roof. Today I give joyfully.
Today I give joyfully.
I give prayerfully.
I give prayerfully.
I give with thanksgiving.
I give with thanksgiving.
And on the screen, you'll see many ways to give. So go and give as you're guided. Keep your hands upon me. Can we get a little bit more of that? Bless me. Bless me.
Bless me. Bless me. Oh Lord, bless me indeed. Enlarge my territory. Oh Lord, bless me indeed. I pray for increase. I pray for increase. I pray for increase.
Thank you. And you may be wondering, well, where's the basket? We don't pass the basket right now. So when you leave, Richard and Gloria are back there graciously accepting your gift. And with that, we'll have Brother Lucian do our benediction, and we'll hear again from New Day.
And so right now, we continue in this spirit of still I rise, knowing that our wings are spread already, and we are already floating above this thing. We bless it, we thank it, and we continue our awesomeness. And so it is. So it is.
Thank you, Brother Lucius. I hope all of us caught hold of what you said today, because it was poignant and penetrating, and it's life-changing. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are one. The people say,
Can't understand why we treat each other in this way. Taking up time with these silly, silly games we play. We got our love, and no matter what is said and done, oh,
everybody,
we are one. No matter what we do,
we are one.
love will see us through.
We are one.
And that's that we try to make each other sad. Things that we do, how we make each other feel so bad. We've got so much, we can all be having so much fun. Oh, 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 we are one. No matter what we do, we are one. Love will see us through. We are one. And that's the way it is. We are one. Oh, oh, oh. Can't understand why we treat each other in this way. Taking up time with the silly, silly games we play. We've got our love, when no matter what is said and done. Oh, 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 we are one, one, one.
So good to
No
know.
matter what we do, we are one. Love will see us through. We are one. And that's the way it is. We are one.
Come on now, y'all. Let's go home knowing that we are one. And that's good news, because one cannot fall for the other, because we're right there. One body, one human race. Yeah. Make a choice.
Sometimes I feel like we treat each other oh so sad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Things that we do, how we make each other feel so sad. We've got so much, we can all be having so much fun. Oh, 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 we are one, one, one. No matter what we do, we are one. Love will see us through. We are one. And that's the way it is. We are one. Oh, 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 oh.
Love it, Jesus. Blessings. Thank you.
Good morning, East Bay. These are your community announcements. As always, be sure to visit us online at www.ebcrs.org for more information and the latest updates on everything happening here at East Bay Church. Our prayer room opens today at 11:30. Licensed practitioners stand ready to sit with you and support you through prayer and knowing the truth of who you are. If you have any need or wish to request prayer for someone else, please do not hesitate to join them in the prayer room. To enter, simply go to our website, www.ebcrs.org, and click on the button for Sunday After Service Prayer. East Bay is there for you every day. Join us each weekday for daily prayer at 8 a.m. and daily meditation at 12:30 p.m. Just go to our Facebook page and join in. Join us on Wednesday night for our Wednesday night Power Hour. Our speaker this week is Kay Suzanne Massey, and her topic is My Soul's Been Lifted. The Power Hour always begins with meditation at 6:15, followed by an exciting service at 6:30. To join or get more information, be sure to go to our website, www.ebcrs.org, and click on the button for Wednesday night Power Hour. All members are invited to a special member meeting on Monday, October 4th at 7 p.m. The Board of Trustees has received your input and understands your desire to install a new leadership model for the church, and we are ready to report back and ask for your vote on the way forward. Again, this special meeting of members of East Bay Church is scheduled for Monday, October 4th at 7 p.m. To join, simply go to www.ebcrs.org and click on the banner for the meeting. It's fall, and that means a fresh slate of classes here at East Bay Church. So mark your calendars, check out our website for more information, and make sure we see you at one of these classes. First up, starting on Monday, October 4th, is Meditation is More Than You Think, facilitated by Dr. Cynthia Chang. Next, beginning on Tuesday, October 5th, is This Thing Called You, facilitated by Bathsheba Harambe. Then we have The Journey of the Soul, facilitated by Reverend Gil William Olmsted. That series begins on Saturday, October 9th. Then we have From Whence We Came, which begins on Tuesday, October 12th, and is facilitated by Reverend D. Jacqueline Edwards. And finally, we close out our fall classes with Beyond Limits, facilitated by Reverend Francione. That also begins on Tuesday, October 12th. Please be sure to visit our website, www.ebcrs.org, for more details as well as prerequisites for all of the classes.